Welcome to the Talking for Nobody Podcast. My name is Brandon, sometimes referred to as Toxic Green TV.
My name is Dominic, commonly referred to as DJ.
And the topic of discussion that we are discussing is going to be, is television dead?
Yes, the discussion of discussing of dead. Yep. Was the response to the question?
The obvious answer to this is yes.
And I agree.
If we just did that, that wouldn't be much of a podcast. So we're just going to talk about it a little bit more and go in depth.
Okay. Well, but before we do that, I think that TV has some good points. Like, there's some parts to TV that I think are beneficial.
Football!
Fuck football. But I mean, like, I think that there's some things to the TV. You know, the cable box. What do they used to call it? The brain destroying box, something like that. It was along those lines.
I don't know. Fucking destroy your eyes because you look so close in it.
No, they were all like, TV will rot your brain or something like that.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
I think it does have some good points. Like, I don't have TV. Like, I cut my cable. Okay, I am in my first apartment, and I'm 100%. It was like, I am not getting fucking cable. However, when thinking about it, TV does have some good points to it. And I will start this by saying, this is probably super obvious, but the internet is mean. The internet's real mean sometimes, and it's hard to avoid hate there. Comment sections exist on the internet. Like,
yeah, but if we're going to be talking about what the internet has that the TV doesn't, I would say ad blocker. Like,
okay,
you have to sit through so many commercials on TV, but with ad blocker, they're gone.
Yeah, but like, there is no race war in the comments section of a television. No, but like, I guess ad blockers.
That's in the studio.
Even then, though, ad blockers don't always work.
I mean, the one I use does.
But like, there are websites that like they caught on to that shit. And even then, I would argue that like there's more and more websites like every day where they're gonna do the thing where it's like, hey, do you want to look at this article without ads? Fuck you, sign up. You know. So there's more and more like article websites that are doing that. Ad blocker, yeah. I get the idea of that. However, I'll also argue that ad blocker is kind of a dick move. Like, I use ad blocker, but I feel bad about it. Because, like,
yeah.
The only
We're
way...
basically saying fuck you to all of the, like, YouTubers and shit.
Yeah, like, all the people who monetize any work that they put out on the internet. Ad blocker is kind of a middle finger to you. That's why today's sponsor... No, I'm kidding. But, because I can't remember the company name. But there's an ad blocker where you ad block specific YouTubers.
That's great.
Yeah. Or like it's I know it's a dick move, but like, so it's like you really do support the people you watch, I suppose. So like you can ad block everybody, but then it's like you're a fan of Toxic Rain TV, and then you're just like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna ad block that guy. That guy will make my 1/10 of a cent worth of views. Probably more like 100th of a cent's worth of views. 50th. I don't know. Anyways, point is, there's that. But like, I guess with TV, like, it's like that times an X amount in terms of like how much commercials mean. Like, look at like the Super Bowl, dude. There's companies that will pay like millions of dollars to have like a fucking 2-minute commercial, not even like a 45-second commercial on the Super Bowl.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So,
but still, I would say that, like, I feel like the way that commercials work or ads work, I feel like they work differently when it comes to like TV and internet.
Like how so?
Like you said, for like a Super Bowl ad, somebody like the company pays like millions of dollars to get a spot as a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I think the way it might work in the internet is, well, it's a lot cheaper, and I think
for the advertiser.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also think that how do I explain this?
I don't know. Man. It's kind of what we're doing. We're explaining shit. I don't know if you caught on to the
leave me alone.
Just being a dick now. Yes, it is
But,
cheaper
like,
for the advertiser. However, okay, well now we're just kind of talking about the differences between advertisements and commercials.
Yeah, let's get back on track here.
The point is, with a television, yes, you can't avoid commercials, but I would argue on TV it means so much more because it just does. Like a video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain. It's not that it means less, but it means less than a television show episode. Like I can make a video and it's only me. So of course it costs less to pay for it. So I of course get less money because it might be only me producing this.
Mm-hmm.
But on television, there is at least 20 people. At least 20 people. And that is a very, very small number. I would say more like 100 people working on a television show.
It depends on what television show.
Okay, but you also got to think like the bigger companies will pay more to be on the popular show.
Mm-hmm.
So like Coca-Cola would be on like Game of Thrones. And like Pepsi would be on some little shitty company. I don't know. Would be on some little shitty show. Speaking,
I hate you.
I know. You're the Pepsi guy. I'm the Coke guy. Classic Coke, baby.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Nah, man. I'm the weed guy. That wasn't a bong, ladies and gentlemen. That was just a little straw.
It was a bong.
No.
It was a bong.
No, no, it wasn't.
Anyway.
But yeah, so how do we get onto that topic? I was going to talk about the comment section.
I think I already know what you're gonna say, and yeah.
About
the comment section.
Okay.
Yes, people are very, very mean, and
they hurt my feelings.
Cry sometimes.
Sometimes.
But
on the reg.
But
how else do you go to sleep?
I also feel like a comment section is important for feedback, because that gives a direct way for
people to know what the fuck is wrong.
Content creator to get feedback from the community. Whereas TV, it's a lot harder to do that. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I have kind of a counter argument. So this is a beneficial thing from the internet that I am going to pull to, because it benefits TV and
Twitter.
Yes, actually, Twitter. Even though Twitter is a ever-waking nightmare, that's a totally different topic. But like Twitter reviews, even though those are online, those still benefit TV. That's how they would get their feedback.
But you also have to think, how many channels are there based on TV? If I feel like I worded that wrong, but
like how many people are actually reviewing television episodes?
No, like how many direct sources from the like TV show have like a YouTube channel? Like there are so many talk shows that are on YouTube now.
Okay, I wasn't referring to YouTube.
They
don't think about it as
I don't
YouTube.
mean to. I'm not meaning to like specifically source YouTube.
Okay,
but like there are a lot of TV shows that kind of branch out onto different platforms on the internet, and I feel that.
What do you mean by it branching out? That,
like they go from TV to internet,
like clips,
like yeah.
Okay, so SNL, that's a really good example actually. That's how they would get their feedback.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm saying is they kind of branch out to like upload different clips to certain websites, and that's how they get their feedback on certain things. Whereas if they didn't do that, it'd be a lot harder to get feedback from like a large group of people all in one place.
That is an excellent theory. That's true. However, I want to counter that argument with how the internet is fucking mean, and most comment sections are horrible. Except for ours.
Mine's not.
Yeah,
mine's not terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's non-existent.
I was gonna say. I mean, mine's like pretty okay. But like, okay, well then that kind of brings on the argument of should TV shows even be considering their fan. I don't know how to explain this because like it's a yes, but like should TV shows even be listening to their fans that much? Like I'm gonna talk about Breaking Bad because it's my favorite TV show, but it's the TV show that I'm gonna use as an example. Think about Breaking Bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? So the guys who created Breaking Bad, the guy who created him, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I know exactly what he looks like. Like if I see him, I'd be like, "Hey, you're the guy who created Breaking Bad." Yeah, I can hear you googling. He probably created a lot of the story before anything.
Vince Gilligan?
Yes, Vince Gilligan. That's the guy. Like TV shows, I believe, should have long-term storytelling stuff.
Yeah.
And so if someone introduces a gun into like a scene, and this was kind of a thing that happened with Jason Todd's Robin, and like they kept hating it. So okay, I'm doing a whole bunch of stories. I'm gonna focus on the Robin story now because that's where my mind led to. So,
okay,
back when Jason Todd, before he died in the comics, that's the guy who went on to be Red Hood.
Or Arkham Knight.
Wow. Spoilers. Nah, most people know that. But there's that one guy who's like, son of a bitch! I've avoided it for like 5 years! What the fuck? Well, anyways, as I was saying, the writers kept wanting to kill Jason Todd, but they decided to experiment with it. So, they kept asking their viewers if Jason Todd should die in this story. So, like, maybe they would be fighting the Penguin. And then they're like, hey, should he die here? Or, like, vote now and send us something. So, tell us if he should die or if he should live. However, in the end, they all really kind of wanted Jason Todd to die. Because they wanted Batman to be, like, a single dude again. But they kept saying no. So they kept putting him in situations where they're like, is this good? Can he die now? And I think that's kind of an example of someone listening to their comment section too much. So what I'm saying is, should TV, to roll back into the conversation, should TV have that need for listening to viewers so much? Like if someone... Sorry.
I believe it depends on the storyline and the type of TV show it is.
Yeah. Like... but like the internet's
For
not...
example...
Okay.
Football. You can't really get a outside opinion from the audience because it's like
it's a sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but wrestling,
okay,
that is something that could call for what the fans want.
Okay, well then let's look at pro wrestling from an example then. Say in pro wrestling, this dude hits someone in the back with a steel chair, and he turns on him, and it's like, holy shit, this dude just completely destroyed his relationship with this other guy. And people are mad at them because they wanted them to be a team as opposed to this rivalry. However,
which
if I can, sorry, if you were saying something.
Which, in the direction of what the booker wants,
the guy writing the show,
if he wants the person to be a bad guy and people are hating him as a bad guy, then in that part he's doing his job as a booker.
Yes. But what if people immediately, because that's the thing about the internet, it's immediate gratification, right?
Yeah.
So that's what makes comment sections so toxic sometimes, is that it immediately needs this outcome or this thing. So the dude hits the guy with the steel chair and now the team is broken up. Everybody's immediately like, wow, that's dumb. We wanted this. We wanted them to be a team, and then they go on to be the tag champs. Okay? But, like, then the booker might second guess his whole huge 6-month plan with this team, where the team are going to have a vicious rivalry. And at the end of the rivalry, the good guy is going to go over and then go on to become the world champion.
I feel like you're basing this off a storyline that actually happened.
I was thinking about stuff, and then I was like, nah, that doesn't make much sense. It's really just an example. So what I'm saying is, that's where the internet is probably a bad thing to television, because TV doesn't have a comment section, so the guy making the story doesn't have to deal with it. That's why books are such a big thing, is because that's why people love writing books, is because they don't have to worry about anybody else's input. They just put everything on a page, then they send it out. Sure, they might have someone read it, someone proofread it. That's mainly probably for grammar, or if the story doesn't make sense or something, or if there's little changes. But overall, that's maybe 2, 3, 4 people before it gets sent out.
Yeah.
And then they could be like, oh, and then with those 2, 3, 4 people that are probably like, I don't know, if you were going to write a book, who would you share it to before you publish it?
Probably an editor.
Okay, but like, I mean, like, you wrote the whole thing. You wrote the whole story. Who would you show it to? Like, your closest family members. Or like, the people you would want to read it. and think, wow, I'm proud of you. That was really cool.
Honestly, probably like a teacher.
Oh. Okay. So like your instructor.
Like an English teacher.
Yeah. I got you. Like your English instructor. That sounded like you're teaching them English as opposed to Okay, so like a writing teacher, maybe your mom and your dad, and like your best friend.
No.
Like if you're making a book and want to publish it. Like maybe like your best friend and like your mentor, right?
My mentor.
I don't know. I didn't want to say teacher because teacher could be very vague. Right? But then with those two people, you can have this dialogue. You can have a one-on-one conversation. Whereas, I know this is really turning into, is Twitter a good thing? That's a later episode. But the point is, with TV, they have this whole story written, or at least a lot of the story points written, before they start shooting. Or like a movie.
Yeah.
So, like...
But then, there's also, if we're going to talk about books, then there's these, like, writing conventions and, like, book conventions and, like, meet and greets that authors have where they can get that feedback.
Exactly.
From people.
But that's still different than a comment section. Because a comment section is just a screen name, right? And people are assholes. Yeah. So they could be like, I hate books 72, and then they look at them and like they don't even read the book, and they're like, wow, your book sucks. Like it's just too anonymous. Anonymity. But yeah. Anyways, that was a very long conversation. Let's move on to another point, shall we? Because I think there's still some arguments for TV. For TV not being dead, and TV why it shouldn't be dead yet. Second thing is the news. Right. The second thing is the news. This, I can see what I'm about to say being, I don't know about controversial, but I can see why there'd be counterpoints to this. When you Google something, so say you Google, why America is the best country in the world. Just, you love your country and you just want to Google that, right? Because you're biased towards your country. Everybody's biased towards everything. Okay, everybody has their own opinions, and if you Google something, you probably will be biased enough to Google just your thing. This is why a lot of conspiracy theorists start thinking they know shit, and it's delusional. That's kind of a quote from Neil deGrasse Tyson, but kind of. So anyways, so you Google why America is the best country in the world. I love America. Okay, fuck yeah, guns and about to start World War III. That's fun. So when you Google it, you don't get any.
That may or may not be topical by now.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Probably not. Who cares? You don't get any counter arguments. Because when you Google something that bias, search algorithms are just kind of designed to give you the topics that relate to what you Googled. Not to give you articles or videos talking about America as a whole. So you never get any negative things about America in your search. You just get the positive stuff.
This sounds like a DuckDuckGo ad now.
And today's podcast is sponsored by... No, I'm kidding. But the point is, it doesn't sprout...
Facebook and Google track you. And that's creepy.
It is creepy, though. Like, that's way creepier than people... Like people shouldn't shrug that off. It's fucking weird. Why did Facebook get in trouble? Everybody should be getting in trouble. Just gets real for a second. So, like, when you Google stuff on the internet, on Google, you know, when you Google stuff on Yahoo Questions,
It's Joogle. It's Joogle.
It's Joogle. Hey, Joogle. It's like a 90-year-old man. Hey, Larry. And Siri's like, did you mean Siri? You're like, Larry. Living like Larry. But, but when you're looking on the news, like on television, and I can already think of several examples where I'm wrong here, but you can scroll through the channels and much more easily see different viewpoints of the same story. So, okay.
I just thought of another point.
For television?
No, for internet.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and by the way, before you say that, I want to point out, I agree, internet's better, but I'm just stating arguments.
Yeah, you're just trying to be not biased.
Yeah, exactly. Haha, it relates to my topic.
So, a lot of my problem with TV is that when it comes to censorship and stuff, TV seems to be a little bitch about it, and you're literally you're not allowed to say like almost any cuss words depending on the rating. And I feel like that should be something that doesn't happen. I feel like if a fuck comes out, then it's okay.
I think that is changing.
Don't bleep that shit.
I think that is starting to change more. I mentioned Game of Thrones recently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch Game of Thrones. Just to let you know, I didn't watch it. And then I heard about the ending, and I was like, I'm definitely not going to watch it. I'm pretty sure they curse, but I know they fuck.
But the difference between that and
I think it's regular just change it. Yeah. Like ABC.
HBO is a channel that you need to pay for in order to see it. So if you're paying for something, then you should be able to not censor things.
Okay, so it's not like...
Unless it's like a kid's thing, then I can understand that.
Yeah, like a kid's thing is different. But, okay.
Just see fucking Mickey Mouse go, holy fucking shit. Minnie, you got one nice ass.
Boo-boo.
Let me tap that shit.
Boo-boo, get your dick ass over here, boo-boo. Fucking Yogi.
Hey there, boo-boo.
Hey there, boo-boo.
You fucking asshole.
I'm imagining Yogi having a wife and then he punches her in the face. It's like, I'm gonna give you a boo-boo. It's so funny.
Here at the Talking for Nobody podcast, we do not condone domestic violence.
I feel like we've done that before.
We did.
And I feel like you said it.
I did.
I don't condone it, but it's funny sometimes.
That's fucked up.
Please talk, damn it, so you can get me out of this.
No, what is your opinions on domestic violence?
I feel like it's bad and you shouldn't do it, but that's it.
Anyway.
That period. It's the end of the discussion.
Back on topic. What was I talking about? Censorship?
Yeah, censorship.
Censorship is stupid and it shouldn't be there.
Yes.
If I want to say fuck on live television, then I should be able to say fuck.
Well, okay. I don't think it's the television stations that really care. I think it's more large corporations, advertisers that care.
Yeah, and YouTube's having that problem now with the fucking child bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm thinking like...
I'm moving over to Vimeo. Fuck this.
Hell yeah. No. Yeah. I understand your point of it, but...
My main point is that I can't censor myself for shit.
Yeah, I know, me neither. I can censor myself, but, like, just know that, like, when we're talking... Like, I understand there's a different voice when you talk to someone of importance. And I think a lot of fucking kids...
Not.
And I think a lot of fucking kids need to learn that. I think... Okay, you can add this to the list of the different voices in your head. No, like the different ways to speak to people. It's actually a pretty good idea. You keep talking. I'm gonna type that.
For me, I don't really have that. I talk the same to everybody.
No. This is another topic, dumb fuck. Okay.
Fine.
So.
But I can understand that advertisers probably don't like cussing, but
you don't care.
You would think after so many years. Why the fuck does it matter?
I think the idea is that certain curse words can bring on a level of negotiation. That sounds like negotiation, but said weird. Like, of negative effects.
Constellation.
Like, if you say the word fuck, and a child is scrolling through the channels and sees that, and then pulls out their phone and Googles, what does fuck mean? And then... boom, they're watching porn because people are fucking...
I don't see a problem with that.
If it's like a 4-year-old?
I don't care.
You're dumb. Whatever.
I mean, they're going to figure it out eventually.
It's just, you shouldn't say it.
And I started at 8.
You shouldn't say those kind of words in a... Like, I really don't care. However, it's off-putting to me. And maybe this is just because we as a society have like a taboo towards this. Towards cursing. But... I think that, like, if I'm at, like, a Best Buy and someone curses and they're, like, work there, it's a bit off-putting.
I don't believe that. I mean, you might, but I personally don't feel anything towards it. I don't believe in cussing.
Like, you don't believe in cussing being, like, a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think there are...
There are sentence enhancers.
I think curse words are an interesting topic. Like, I think that...
Yeah, I can't wait to do that episode. I'm just gonna say fuck every other sentence.
Like, you don't fucking do it already?
Fuck you.
Either way. Television and the internet. That's what we were talking about 40 minutes ago. Time flies. So yeah, that's kind of two of the arguments for television being a good thing. Is that you can more easily get different scopes of the news, and the fact that television doesn't have to worry about a comment section, and so they don't ultimately sometimes change their stories depending on a comment section. Like if there's a movie review, this is kind of going back to the first point I had. If there's a movie review, who gives a shit? You know, the story has been told.
Yeah.
The guy who made the movie, they already made their money. They already made it. If someone reviews it, who fucking cares? Unless if it's positive, great, it can help them. If it's negative, they already made the movie. Same kind of deal with television. Unless
I kind of want to go on to a side topic here.
Okay.
Where it's more of me just being confused. So a movie comes out, it's in theaters. Mm-hmm. How do the movie makers get the money from the movie? Like, how does the
ticket sales
theater? Yeah, but how does the theater differentiate one movie from a different movie when it comes to ticket sales?
The publishers who made the movie.
I don't know. I might be stupid, but like.
Okay, well, like most.
Like.
Okay, so are we talking about blockbuster movies or indie movies? Because those are two different things. Those are two different ways to gain money.
Either.
Okay, well, indie movies, typically from, like, Netflix, that's kind of become a big thing, is streaming services making, like, using movies, indie movies, because indie movies are cheaper, and it's a launching pad for those people, as well as, like, Netflix, you know, you could have the next fucking Bird Box on your hands, you know? No, like, serious, like, think about it, like, Bird Box probably didn't cost that much to make,
yeah.
So, like, Netflix scoops that up, they make the movie alongside the guy who wrote it and, like, directors and stuff, and then they publish it onto Netflix. Kind of a similar idea, except on a very larger scale. As opposed to just putting it on Netflix, you're putting it in movie theaters. That's why there's a lot of movie theater chains, like Regal. Do you know what that is? Do you know about that?
No.
Okay, well, it's like a movie theater chain. I don't know if it's a Florida thing or if it's a everywhere thing.
The only movie theater I know of is Cinemark.
But is that like a chain of movie theater thing? Like, is that like a weird chain of movie theaters?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's Regal Movies. AMC, I don't know if they're like a TV channel. But they also have one, and it's like a large one because it's in Disney World. No, it's in Disney Springs, downtown Disney. I don't fucking care what you call it. Point is, that's kind of how they make money, I think. And then the publishers, I keep saying publishers, producers, the guys who handle the money.
Yeah.
Handle the money that way. And also through merch and shit. They take care of that stuff.
All right.
But yeah.
I was just confused and needed validation.
But back to
the
fucking main topic.
Yeah, we keep
I know,
tracking.
But they're interesting topics, I think. I think this is an interesting topic, and it can lead on to many different topics. That's why we fucking picked it. The internet. It's way better, though. Even though television has kind of good points, it's way better. And I do not believe internet and TV, I do not believe the argument of too much or too little content should ever be a thing again. Between the two. Internet has way too much content. TV has way too much content.
Yeah.
I just think that's how. I don't think that kind of conversation needs to be had anymore because there's too much. There's too much on both.
Yeah.
However,
whether you like it or not is a different story.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
So, is TV dead? Yes, because the internet does too much stuff.
Compared to the amount of people who subscribe to these streaming services and just buy internet pay their internet bill, yeah, it is very dead.
Yeah, it's dead. It's fucked. Because people don't watch television. I don't know. It's weird to think television is dead. I think it's dead to our generation of millennials. We killed TV. We did it.
We're not millennials.
No, we're like Gen Zers. No, I think
Yeah.
When did millennial end? Is that 90?
Like
5?
I thought it was 89, but I might be wrong.
Why are they called millennials then? I'm so confused now. But whatever. So, anyways, 30 to 25 and under fucking killed them. Fucking killed it. It's dead. I think I don't think it's dead now. I think in 20 years it's dead. I think it is just when the older generation kind of dies out. And I know that's a harsh way to say that, but when the older generation dies out, it's dead.
Yeah.
So like everybody that's over 50-ish, when they all die, then TV numbers are going to plummet. Especially since like
I would say that with the amount of streaming services that are being made,
and growing, and the industry growing, like Disney Plus.
Yeah. And it's just a matter of time before Nickelodeon has like a Nickelodeon streaming service.
I think they do.
I don't think they do.
I don't know, but like, then it's getting to the point where TV channels now have
like apps and stuff.
Yeah, like all of the biggest TV channels at least have an app. But like I don't know if you would count them like streaming services.
I mean, it depends on your definition of a streaming service, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that's another topic. Are streaming services a good thing?
We can talk about that sometime later.
Yeah, like I like that's a really good topic now that I think about it, because like I can see why they are pretty bad now that I think about it. But yeah, so streaming services kind of exist now. Okay, so I think one of the big things about television, and I've learned this, like I don't know how to work my smart TV.
You have a smart TV?
Yeah, in my living room. I kind of know how to work it.
Lucky.
Like, I kind of know how to work it. I don't know if it's old or if I'm stupid, but I think I'm stupid. Like, it takes a second to boot up. However, smart TVs are so much more common now.
Yeah.
That the idea of sitting in the living room with your family or your loved one, in parentheses S, watching television has changed to you sitting in your living room with your loved one, parentheses S, watching Netflix.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, with the kids.
Disney Plus and Thrust.
Trying to think of other stream. I'm trying to think of Hulu and Woohoo. Fucking, that's a Sims joke. Got him. But yeah. So I think
Nick and Dick.
Nick and Dick. Nickelodeon and put a load in.
Oh my god.
Don't, oh my god, B, you started this. And now we're here. We started on the ground up and now we're here. So television. Fucking God, I lost track of what I was saying. I was talking about streaming service. Oh yeah, so it's not uncommon to then make it about like the TV as just a giant monitor it's just that now. It's a monitor as opposed to the TV meaning when you watch cable.
Which is funny because I literally am using a TV as a monitor right now.
I was going to say it's the same thing. I got the same thing. But even then, like that even proves our point as well, because that's a whole other thing. TV is dead now because of like video games. Video games when they were made in the 70s were
home gaming was 70s.
Yeah, home gaming. Okay, home gaming. That's what I was more referring to. Like immediately kind of, maybe it didn't like cut a large number of people watching, but it was definitely a turn of the tide in terms of like, why watch this TV show? I've got Nintendo. That didn't mean to rhyme. Whatever. So that means that like it's a whole other medium now. The TV has turned from watching a cable TV show that you had to pay for to it's now a monitor for your streaming services plus your video games plus anything else. You don't really use DVDs anymore, but still.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of TVs, well, I'd say a lot, but like you can now buy smart TVs with a browser on it.
You can?
Yeah. It's just really slow.
So you mean I can watch porn from my TV?
I knew you were gonna ask that. Yes. Okay, or
Nice.
or your PlayStation 4 is now a television, hypothetically. Like the PS4, I keep saying PS4, but like PS4 is what I have. The PS4 eliminates cable to such a massive extent. Like,
yeah, there's this app that I know of where you can actually like it acts as like a cable alternative where you can like watch TV shows and change channels and stuff.
Yeah, there's so many apps like that now
for free.
Like it's called Pluto TV.
Yeah.
Like there's so many apps now that do that, and you can just install it on your PlayStation 4. Like the PlayStation 4, you don't even need a smart TV. You understand? Like you just need a TV and a PlayStation 4. Then you have all of your.
It's funny because I know one of Xbox One's big things was like it's also a cable box.
Exactly.
But now everything is also a cable box.
Yeah, but like specifically gaming things, I would say. Like I assume the PS5 is going to be even more adaptable to like Pluto TV and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't read anything about the PS5, but I assume it's going to be more adaptable to these kind of streaming services.
Yeah.
That it
4K.
That it basically eliminates any use for even having a smart TV. Like you straight up just need a large monitor, put it in your living room, and then plug your PlayStation 4 to it, or PS5 when it comes out. Because you have your games there, you have your Netflix there, you have Disney Plus there, you have the web browser there, you
hopefully have your girlfriend there for some nick and dick.
And there's also websites out there that give you free television and free... I'm just ignoring that. Like free television and free everything. You can listen to music from your PS4. Spotify is on PS4. Like, there's so many things. And like cable can be hefty expensive. Like,
yeah.
Like how much is typical cable?
Like $60.
Okay, it's like
a month.
Is it like $60? I'm good.
For just cable, I think so.
A cable. One whole cable. No. After more than a decade of rapid increases, the average cable TV bill barely budged this year. Subscribers to pay... Oh my god. Not the fucking percentage. I need the number, damn it. The average base price was $150 a month? Holy shit. That's dumb. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, because then you want all the channels on cable. Yeah, that's dumb. But like, I can have Spotify, Netflix, Disney Plus if I still wanted to, WB Network because I watch wrestling, and like maybe other stuff for like $40 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if I just wanted cable, Pluto, like how much is Pluto TV? It's like
free.
Yeah, it's free. And like if I just wanted cable and my games, I've got cable in my games, and I got YouTube as an add-on because that shit's free. Twitch is also free if you wanted to watch live gaming, which I didn't even get into that. The whole live thing is dead on television.
Mm-hmm.
Because on TV, the idea of anything being live as a novelty act is dead, and it's
usually not actually live.
Yeah, it usually has like a 15-second delay. To then censor those curse words you were so fond of maybe 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had another point. I was really on a roll there. Oh, so the idea of advertising stuff as live on television is kind of dumb now because you can do anything. I can go live right now from my home.
Home.
I almost said house, and I was like, I'm in an apartment, and I don't like saying house.
My temporary home of operations.
Exactly. My temporary living quarters. But yeah, so...
But yeah, I can understand all of your points and stuff, but at the end of the day, the internet is so much better.
I'm trying to think of... I had a whole other argument, too. I had live stuff. I was talking about... Oh, and like quality of stuff. You cannot tell me that the quality of stuff on TV is just inherently better than anything I would see online. I don't believe you. That's why I don't watch Game of Thrones. I watched Breaking Bad 2 years after the fucking show ended. Walking Dead, I watched on Netflix before my boy with the baseball bat showed up. And Carl Papa became a thing.
It is kind of weird that, like, we both stopped watching, like, right before Negan showed up.
Yeah. I tried watching afterwards. Like, I watched that first we watched that first episode together.
Yeah.
I think when we did that, we were both kind of like, this is not that great anymore.
I just can't handle my boy Glenn.
Oof. I agree, man. I agree. I don't know. I think what really ruined the show, and it might just be me, but I got to thinking after I watched a film theory about it. From Film Theory. I started thinking, like, how much more can the show really hold off this shit? Because, like, those zombies are rotting, right? Like, they're fucked. In, like, a few months in the show, they're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's Walking Dead talk. So, shit, what was I talking? Oh yeah, so quality. So, like, sure, people who produce television shows can buy maybe better cameras and better microphones.
Yeah, I know a lot of production companies and whatever are able to, like, produce things in, like, 8K, but at this point in, like, video production, it's just not mainstream, and it's like there's not even, like, TVs that produce 8K yet.
Yeah.
So it's, like, not even relevant.
Like, most people who have TVs do not have a 4K TV.
Yeah, it's just not mainstream
Like,
yet.
I've never met a guy with a 4K TV.
I think I have, but I don't know.
It's
just not mainstream.
Yes.
Like, there's no reason to really have one.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know.
Like,
it's just, like, any 1080p video that you show me and then compare it with a 4K video, I could not see a difference.
yeah. I think 4K is just, it's like bringing a tank to a pillow fight. 8K is like bringing a nuke to a pillow fight, okay? I'm not going to say it's unnecessary. It is unnecessary. But, like, I can see why people love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the idea of watching... Like, people had that kind of idea between HD and SD. However,
yeah,
HD and SD are so incomparable to each other. Like, HD is obviously better.
Yeah.
That, when looking at 4K and looking at HD, I'm just like, it looks fairly simple. Like, I don't even see how someone could fully capitalize on the idea of a 4K screen.
I think what it is like, the bigger the monitor, the more it makes, like, a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But I might be wrong. I don't know.
Like, I don't like Avatar, the movie, but it is a beautiful movie. But if you showed me that on a 4K screen, I don't really think that would look so significantly better that I see it as a necessity.
Yeah. One thing I do like, though, is 3D. I don't know why people are so consistent about 4K is the big thing when realistically we should be talking about 3D shit.
We should be talking about
like,
smell-o-vision.
Because 3D is cool to me, man.
I don't know. I never liked 3D.
I want to see Titanic in 3D.
I want to feel like I'm in the boat. All of a sudden, you feel your feet get wet.
I want to see if I can really fit on the door.
No, it's just all of a sudden you look down and you realize that the theater is slowly being engulfed in water.
Oh, God.
Just super fucked up about it.
the ultimate immersion.
But yeah, anyways.
I also, smell-o-vision would be a really cool idea, though. Like, if it was a Food Network show, I'm totally down. But, like, zombie apocalypse, Walking Dead, I do not want smell-o-vision.
Yeah.
Because this show has been going on for years, and they have not showered.
I know, right? No, I'm kind of just messing. I don't really want smell-o-vision. I don't think I'm just not a guy who wants to be so immersed into a movie that I feel like I'm in a movie. I'm the kind of guy that just likes to watch the events that's happening and taking place. I think the only 3D movie I would consider...
Is that how you lost your virginity, too?
Shut up.
You just watched?
Shut the fuck up. I hate you so much. Just watch two people boning. And every time I stepped in, I'm just like, nope. Gotta step back out. And there's like a line on the ground. What was I fucking saying? So yeah. Anyways, television versus the internet. That's the real discussion.
Yeah, man.
But
I think we already said what needs to be said.
yeah. Like, what I was alluding to was the fact that like anybody at this point could make quality content. HD is very. Trying to think. Like, if you were to show me a television show with the right amount of money, I could recreate it.
Yeah.
Like if I knew what I was doing. Like but like the big budget stuff, when it comes to television shows, that doesn't really happen. That typically kind of only happens in movies. Like, you don't see a CGI Venom in, like, a movie, you know?
You're right.
Or, I mean, you see it in a movie. You don't see it in a television show. And there's, like, big CGI stuff as well in television stuff. But those are for the so successful that you're practically making movies over and over again shows.
Yeah, but I heard that The Mandalorian apparently lost Disney, like, millions.
Yeah, but I feel like that's more of a passion project than it is a money-making scheme.
Yeah.
It's fine. Disney's just gonna make another Lion King movie. Oh, wait. They already did it. Fuck you, Disney. If they remake Peter Pan, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch someone. That's my boy. Actually, he's a dick, but that's my movie. Anyways, I think we've covered everything. Unless you have any other last-minute things to add on to this.
No, I think we said basically everything that needs to be said. Yeah.
Do you want one more non-weed blow for the road?
No. You can close it off.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening to the Talking for Nobody podcast. Hopefully, if you are listening, then we are not talking for nobody, and then we can finally be happy with our lives. Maybe you're listening to us as opposed to watching television, proving the point that TV is dead. If you guys like listening to us, or if you want to look at our smiling faces, you can follow us. I'm at DJ on the computer. Brandon?
I am at Toxic Rain TV.
Yes. That's double I's for each I in Toxic and Rain. Subscribe to our YouTube channels, same deal, Toxic Rain TV, that's you. I'm DJ, just D and J, and yeah. I think that's it, boys. Thank you very much for listening. And I hope that you had a good time listening to the Talking for Nobody podcast.